right, guys, it is time to write about it. Now that we've read and thought closely about Thunder Rose, we have some writing to do. Our directions today are to write a blog post about what makes a story a tall tale. And so you're going to follow the directions below that we're going to go through for your blog post. But it has occurred to me that you might not know what a blog post is or even what a blog is. And so after we go through our writing prompt just one time, then I'm going to try to show you kind of what a blog post is and how it's structured before we ask you to write one on your own. I thought that sounded like a good idea. Let's look at our writing prompt for today. In Thunder Rose, you read a tall tale about a larger-than-life character who does incredible things. Imagine that you have a blog where you share ideas about writing and books. You plan to write about characters and events in tall tales. Write a blog post explaining what makes a story a tall tale, using Thunder Rose as an example. Don't forget to use some of the critical vocabulary words in your blog post. All right, guys, before I ask you to write a blog post, let's talk about what a blog post actually is. All right? So on this slide, I have started a pretend blog post, and I titled it, "What is a Blog Post?" by Mrs. Flora. All right? Blog posts are sort of like magazines that are online combined with journals. People aren't hired to write blogs usually by a magazine or something. It's just people who are writing their ideas and thoughts about a topic, and they post them in a place online so other people can read them and make comments and interact with them. So here I have, look, I used the big bold font for my title, What is a Blog Post? And now I'm going to use some highlighting, some green highlighting to make the next part stand out to my readers. Let's see, I am going to ask my readers, have you ever wondered what makes writing makes a blog post? What is a blog post anyway? What is a blog for that matter? Well, keep reading. I'm going to put a keep reading sentence in there. Because I am about to help you figure that out. Okay, see how I highlighted these white text sentences in green to make them stand out and make them big and bold? Online writing does that pretty often, and so does magazine writing, if you've ever noticed that in like a Scholastic News. There are different text features and graphic features that writers of magazines and blogs and things online use to help their readers notice things. But let's look at what's the same about this in maybe an essay or something. I have 1, 2, 3 questions in a row. I used magic 3 questions for a hook. I also put a keep reading sentence. Well, keep reading because I'm about to help you figure that out. And that's a little bit of my author's voice there. I know that you wouldn't usually put a period between those words, but I wanted the reader to stop. I wanted them to maybe hear my voice. Figure that out. All right, now I'm going to hit enter, but I am going to change my font color to black now, and I'm going to get rid of my highlighting. So then it's just sort of like journal writing, but about a topic. So I'm going to say again, what is a blog post? Question mark. what is a blog? And so I'm going to do that just to kind of re-emphasize what my topic is. And it almost sounds in a blog post when you're writing like you're talking. It's sort of like a conversation that you're having with anyone out there in the internet land who is reading your blog. And so, except they're reading what you write instead of having a FaceTime or something like that. So, boys and girls, I did a little bit of research on Kiddle about what is a blog, and I found blog facts for kids. So this is where I was using evidence. I was doing some research and using some evidence to help me. So a blog, also known as a weblog, is a website that is like a diary or a journal. Most people can create a blog and then write on that blog. Bloggers, a word for people who write on blogs, often write about their opinions and thoughts. I am going to copy that and paste it into my blog post. And then I'm going to change the font and make it a little bit bigger to match what I already was doing. But then I'm going to make it a little bit smaller again. And I'm going to use italics, and I'm going to say found on Kiddle. What was the website? Kids.kiddle.co. I'm going to just copy that, and I am going to paste it right here to make sure I get it right. I want to give credit to them because I copied and pasted their words. They're not my words, so I need to give credit to where I found that. And then I'm going to hit enter again, and I'm going to make my font bigger again and not italicized. And I want to give you just a little bit more information about blogs. So I'm going to tell you that bloggers use different fonts, images, and writing styles to draw attention to what they write. Blogs often look kind of like an online magazine with and a journal combined. Think of Scholastic News plus a journal entry. And I'm going to make Scholastic News bold. Okay, so then I told you just a little bit more about what a blog is and how bloggers use things. And then I already have this here just to help us save some time, but it tells you that after bloggers publish their blog posts on the web or the internet, they often have a section where people make comments about what they've written. And so that makes a good spot for people all over the world to have a conversation about a topic when they wouldn't have been able to otherwise. And I've shown you an image of what a blog post might look like. There's one more thing I want to show you really quickly, and that is a website I found written by 3 sisters. Here it is, Sisterville. This is a website I found with 3 sisters that have a blog. And so I clicked on the about, and it's these 3 girls who have a blog. So even kids can write blogs and really publish them, but you probably need help from your parents or someone like that. And then there's these tabs. You can go to different sections on the blog, kind of like an online magazine. And so, look, it tells you which sister wrote it. This is from a while ago, but this part's just like a journal, my busy schedule for every week. And then somebody put Dear Mom by Kid President, and they added that. And I don't know if you guys know who Kid President is, but he had videos and things that were kind of cool as well. They wrote about books that they like. Holly wrote about Dork Diary. So that was kind of a neat blog that I found about sisters. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take or that sisters wrote. I'm going to take the address and I am going to copy that right here. Check out this blog written by 3 sisters. And I am going to add the link right here so that if you guys want to see this blog written by kids and see what is done with it, you can see that. I'll put this down a little bit. Okay, so that's what a blog post is and how to write it. Let's look at what you need to do now. I have this slide for you that tells you again the prompt. Remember, you're writing a blog about what makes a story a tall tale. And you're using evidence from Thunder Rose as examples. So here's your prompt again right here. Whoa, I accidentally moved that. And you need to maybe do some planning. So there's a little plan box for you to type. You can type right here. Type some examples of exaggeration that you found in Thunder Rose. And then I even added some things that I think will help you from page 82 in your My Book. Some things about tall tales and I added the critical vocabulary because the prompt says don't forget to use some of the critical vocabulary. So I put that all together for you right there on that slide. Your job is going to be to take the shapes that I added and box in and add arrows to the keywords to show that you remember you're doing what you're supposed to do according to the blog or the prompt, the writing prompt. And then finally, here's the slide that you're going to use. And I put out here to the side the prompt and the critical vocabulary so that you can just look at it right on your slide. You need to put your name right there. And I added the title for you. What makes a story a tall tale? That's the title of your blog post. Where it says write your topic here, just like I wrote right here, a hook and something interesting about my topic to get my readers hooked into my blog post. That's what you're going to do right here. So you will just highlight, write your topic here or whatever I have there for you, and you will start typing your own blog post right there. And then when you are adding to it, let's see, let me just undo. When you're adding over here your thoughts about what makes a story a tall tale, you're going to highlight mine and type right over it. You can add a comment section if you want, and I have a few pictures from Thunder Rose that you could use for examples to go with your evidence as long as your evidence pairs up. So now that's your job. You need to go ahead and write a blog post about what makes a story a tall tale on Google Classroom. Have fun. I hope that it goes great for you.